Welcome to Mr. Gossip. I am Sarah, your ultimate destination for young and the restless drama. Devon finally realizes Neil's legacy was never about Winters on Young and the Restless, the Rinse. Our daily look at the biggest takeaway from the last episode of The Young and the Restless. Devon's decision to leave Winters wasn't about walking away from Neil's legacy. It was about finally understanding what that legacy truly meant. Devon made a decision that initially sounded like a major business shakeup. It was actually something much more personal. After weeks of questioning who he'd become, Devon finally realized that honoring Neil's legacy was never about staying at Winters forever. It was about living the values Neil spent his life teaching him, even if that meant walking away from the company that bears the family's name. Devon, Brighton James stunned Lily, Crystal Khalil, Nate, Sean Dominic, and Abby, Melissa Ordway, when he announced he was stepping away from running Winters to create the Neil Winters College of Arts and Humanities. On the surface, it sounded like an executive choosing a different career path. In reality, it was the conclusion of the identity crisis that's been building ever since Dominic's kidnapping forced Devon to examine every aspect of his life. For years, Devon honored Neil, Christophe St. John, by protecting the family business and expanding everything Neil built. Somewhere along the way, though, the responsibility became heavier than the purpose behind it. Devon admitted he'd become consumed by work while missing precious time with Dominic, and he no longer liked the person staring back at him. Instead of asking how to preserve Neil's company, Devon finally asked a different question. How would Neil have wanted him to spend his life? Lily and Nate see Devon become himself again. Lily immediately embraced Devon's vision, recognizing that naming the school after Neil honored their father's greatest values rather than simply his professional accomplishments. Abby also pointed out something equally important. Since making this decision, Devon has become himself again. Devon didn't look relieved because he escaped responsibility. He looked relieved because he stopped measuring his worth by the size of the empire he managed. His announcement also had an unexpected effect on Nate. Hearing Devon describe following his own calling forced Nate to admit he'd been thinking about returning to medicine himself. Devon's choice didn't just change his own future, it gave someone else permission to reconsider theirs. Neil's legacy lives through people, not a company. For years, Winters has represented Neil's legacy in Genoa City. Devon's announcement challenged that assumption. A company can preserve someone's name, but it can't fully preserve their principles. By creating a tuition-free liberal arts college designed to give opportunities to students who otherwise wouldn't have them, Devon chose to honor the compassion, generosity, and belief in education that defined Neil's life. That realization changes Devon moving forward. He's no longer trying to protect Neil's legacy by holding on to Winters. He's finally carrying it forward by living it.